So, as you're seeing from the title, this is going to be a bit of a compilation video of all the dinosaur, prehistoric facts, and running-esque content I did on my short form content on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts throughout the month of May. So there wasn't very many I made in the month of May because I started about 4 weeks ago. So it's not going to be quite as long as the ones in the future, but I really wanted to show you guys what's in store for the upcoming months. So I really hope that you guys can learn something from these and sort of take something away from these passions that I have, you know, whether it be running, whether it be dinosaurs, whether it be prehistoric animals. I really hope that there's something you can get from this and feel like you can you know really learn something from this. And yeah, that's about it from me. I really don't have too much to say in this part of the video. It's just sort of telling you what this is going to be. I'm going to be working on a video actually for today, for the month of June. So that's going to be something that you guys will be able to look forward to. And if you like how this video came out, you could tag along. I post them every single day on those 3 platforms I mentioned, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. So right here. So you don't got to worry about missing out on anything in the future. So yeah, that's about it for me for this part of the video. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. All right, as I run here in the rain, I'm going to talk about a creature, a prehistoric animal that lived in a time where water was a lot more scarce. So today we're going to be talking about the Gorgonopsid. This animal was a member of the synapsid family, meaning it was actually related to mammals. So it's closer related to us than it was dinosaurs, despite it living before the dinosaurs. This animal also went extinct during the Permian-Triassic extinction, or the Great Dying. The most known fact about the Gorgonopsid, I would think, would be the fact that through convergent evolution, it had evolved saber teeth, which you might know from a bit of a more popular prehistoric animal known as the Smilodon. So it's a little bit about the Gorgonopsid, and I'm going to finish up this long run. Peace. All right, as I start up today's run, I'm going to be talking about a creature that was actually asked for. This one is a dinosaur, known as the Archaeopteryx. This small bird-like dinosaur, was discovered in 1861 in Germany. And it was actually discovered from a single feather. And the first fully preserved specimen had distinct feather impressions. So it was actually thought to be a bird. And in one way, scientists were right. It actually is known as the link between birds and dinosaurs. The biggest distinction between the Archaeopteryx and modern day birds were that the Archaeopteryx had a mouthful of teeth, and it also had a long, distinct bony tail. So, yeah, it's a little bit about the Archaeopteryx. I'll catch you guys later. So today, we're going to be talking about more of a popular dinosaur. Today we're talking about the Velociraptor. And contrary to popular belief, this dinosaur was not some 6-foot hulking, primate-brained, pack-hunting behemoth. It was actually more along the size of like a turkey. So it was about 31 to 44 pounds. And while it did have the sickle claw, it was not actually used to disembowel prey like originally thought. It was discovered in 1923 in Mongolia, and it was discovered from its sickle claw. So that was kind of where it derived its sort of popularity. It's a member of the Dromaeosauridae family, which is just raptors. And yeah, it's one of the more popular of the dromaeosaurs, but that's a little bit about the velociraptor and what it was actually like. So, see you guys. Little side note, I'm gonna start putting my stats for the run that I'm doing. Just a little bit of extra content for you guys. So, yeah. All right, today we are talking about the Phaseolasuchus, however you pronounce it. It was a member of the Rauisuchian family, and it was about 8 to 10 meters long. It lived in the late Triassic period, so going into the Jurassic, and it was mainly known from its very robust jaws and being one of the largest land predators to ever live that wasn't a dinosaur. So it mainly hunted sauropodomorphs, so like early sauropod relatives. So I'm also going to put up the running stats right there. And yeah, that's a little bit about the Phaseolasuchus. Peace. All right, people of the world. Today, we're talking about a creature called the mastodon. Probably my favorite Cenozoic animal, or my favorite prehistoric mammal. It was commonly mistaken for the woolly mammoth. The main difference between these two genus, are the mastodon had more of a flat head and bulky stature, whereas the woolly mammoth was a little more lean comparatively, but also quite a bit larger. So the mastodon was more around the size of modern day elephants, but interestingly enough, specifically the mastodon separated from modern genus of elephants about 5 to 25 million years ago. So very distant relatives. But the main difference as well with the two genus I was talking about, the woolly mammoth and the mastodon, are environments. Now the woolly mammoth was in more, I believe it would be like tundra, but the mastodon was in more swampy regions. So yeah, running stats right there, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. What up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Anomalocaris. The Anomalocaris was the first ever apex predator. It lived about 530 million years ago in the Cambrian period. Grew up to about a meter or 3 feet long, which back then was one of the largest animals at the time. So all in all, it was probably the most dangerous thing you could run into in the Cambrian waters. It was classified as a radiodont, and yeah, put up the running stats right here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Today was hot, but see you next time. All right, to start off, I'm not running today. Well, I am running today, I just can't record it. So today we're talking about the Basilosaurus. So the Basilosaurus was a extremely large 15 to 20 meter early whale relative. So it was probably the apex predator in warm coastal waters during its reign. It was actually discovered to be a whale from its a bone in its inner ear, and this is something that modern whales have as well. So it was originally thought to be similar to a mosasaur, that being that it was a large reptile. So the Basilosaurus was actually named king lizard because of the fact that it was thought to be a reptile. It also actually had tiny hind legs, which were just from before its ancestors had evolved to live in the ocean. So yeah, that's a little bit about the Basilosaurus. I'll still pull up the running stats, put them there for the day, and yeah, see ya.